Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Palscast, where we're still disappointing you with mediocre podcasts. Episode 2. We have Phil here from Moemon and other mistakes, apparently. What did you say? Sakura Angels?
No, yeah, that was the best
Yeah,
series.
that I did not want to finish, so it's gone now. I didn't even, finish that game. So it's just there, unfinished.
It's fine.
And then we have...
It's good
Yeah,
memories.
those are memories. The editing was okay. The 2 episodes that I edited. The other ones were just raw footage. And then we also have Jake from all of the Fire Emblem stuff.
Hell
And
yeah.
that one
I'm here to make Yao not a noob.
hey, calm down. I was playing something and I was like, oh, I'm pretty decent at this. But of course I forgot about it. It wasn't Octopath, I know that much. Because Jake, told me so many things. Jesus, those classes were broken.
Yao needed a lot of... Did you beat that final boss, FYI?
Life got in the way. As with many things.
So you still ain't done that.
So,
I can't talk about this because I don't play
fine.
it or have it.
I'm going to steer it in a
much
different
of that.
direction straight away. No, but because of work, I basically do only Guild Wars. That's all I do.
Yeah.
It's I get home, I have 3 hours, and the only thing I do is play Guild Wars. And then I go back to work.
Oh, okay.
That's how you know you're getting old. But you can't play.
Well, welcome to real life. Welcome to what I've been doing it for 2 years.
True. Don't make it sound bad. At least Phil is still in Cool Edge,
Damn.
so I still have a 1-up on him.
I'm still in school.
What are you studying
wait.
now?
What?
What are you
what am I
studying
studying?
now?
I'm studying game design,
Oh, okay.
and I have a feeling that everybody who ever asks me that is gonna be like, oh.
Oh, it's like the YouTuber
super
effect.
disappointed.
What do you how do you make money?
Yeah, that's the weird thing. There is actually a thing out there in Belgium that actually gives money to starting companies, and it's pretty cool. But people don't know about it, so they think I'm wasting my life.
Well, I mean, you're not living
Well,
off
that's
of the fund, Phil. That's the fun making the game.
Yeah,
You still have to sell the game to make, money.
I have to still make a profit. Still need to eat and drink while also making game.
Yeah, do you wanna...
But I don't know. I don't know how the future looks.
Well,
I will
yeah.
have to see.
Just know that you can change
School's
your
going
fate.
fine though. Yeah.
Because hope never dies.
I can always go fill jars of yogurt in the yogurt factory or some shit.
You know what? I can't even laugh at that because I've been playing around with coffee for a solid
Oh, yeah.
coffee.
I've been in the same kind of place before as a student job, but still,
Yeah, I mean,
it's not a place I want to be for the rest
you
of my
know what?
life.
After a while, you do get complacent with it, so it's not the end of
Yeah,
the world.
true, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, in the end, you have to.
Well, I work with kids, so fun times.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Does it have its ups and downs? Are there good days and bad days?
Defo. So basically, I work in childcare, so I look after 2-year-olds on a daily basis.
It's kind of like my Minecraft server. I mean, what? Actually, that sounds bad. I should not say that.
Yeah, and I'm currently studying to get my qualification in childcare.
Oh yeah, you're still working on that. Did you have your
Damn.
vacation yet?
I get it at the end of next month.
Okay.
Because I could have actually got it at the end of September, but the company likes to hate me, and I have to do the course for at least a year. So,
Well, at least you're still working
Yeah.
hard. So.
well, everyone tells me how amazing I am, so I'm alright with that.
I don't even know what to say to that. Is it humble? I don't even know.
Hashtag humble brag.
Well, the area manager, my tutor, my manager, and then our health and safety advisor all said how wonderful I am. So I'm like, sweet, hallelujah.
That's nice to hear.
Especially since 2
Yeah.
years ago you didn't even really know what you wanted to do.
No. Well, I kind of just ended up in childcare, just kind of randomly, and then I just kind of went with it. So here
I
I
mean,
am.
that's the best you can do, really. Go with what you
Yes.
get.
Yeah. Well, it was better than my old job, so I thought, why not?
Why not?
It just reinforces that I don't want children of my own.
Really?
Hmm.
Yes. I want a chihuahua.
That is not a child. That's true.
That's also nice.
Debatable. I feel like I can't have that dog because I would like step on it.
Oh, yeah, same, but I'd still pet it.
I
They're
mean,
cute
yeah,
dogs,
but
but I
it's only
couldn't have
fun when
on
it's
it.
alive, Phil. That's the issue.
I'm terrible.
Yeah.
If I see a chihuahua, I start crying. I can't help
Why
it.
do you cry? It's...
Because it's too cute.
Wow.
Interesting facts about me.
I feel like I'm outnumbered because I have a feeling that both of you are dog people, and I'm more of a cat person, but I still like dogs.
I love
Yeah.
both.
I
Yeah.
I'm mainly a cat person, except chihuahuas. Chihuahuas are the outlier.
They're also like two completely different animals, like in how they do
interact
things.
with humans as well.
Yeah, cats are pretty lazy.
I
Generally
mean,
speaking,
you've
some
seen
cats
my
are pretty
little
active.
dog. I don't think it's a very active guy.
Dude, he's so fucking cool
He
though.
is like the best combination. No, actually, he's just derpy. I was going to say cute and derpy. No, he's just derpy.
He's just derpy. The derpiness makes
Yeah,
him cute.
true. He's getting old though. He's like 10 years old now.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
He
Damn.
only has like 2 years left.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It's going to hit hard
I
when
mean, I've had to deal with that too. I've had to deal with that too with my cat.
Yeah, I mean, it's alright.
It's a hard chunk to get down, but like I mean, after like I think it's been like 5 years now since my cat passed away. It's like every year I still think like, oh, I wish I could have said goodbye one last time because my mom just brought her to the vet without me even being there. But it's like, come on, there's enough cats to love, and you'll never forget this one.
Yeah,
It's
True
good.
that.
It's a cute little kitty.
they remain in your heart, and I've had plenty of dogs, and I can say it's different every time, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a very cheerful way to get into this. Definitely different from the last
Cats
time.
and dogs are great. I have an ant farm. That's not true. I wish I had an ant farm.
I do
honestly.
watch
That shit looks
Ants
cool.
Canada though on YouTube. Am I the only one?
What?
It's a channel dedicated to ant farming. Well, ant keeping
What?
really. They don't farm. Well, I guess it's farming. I mean, it's ants. You know, they multiply
pretty
real quick
cool.
like rabbits. So
That's
yeah,
weird.
he has like 5 or 6 colonies just in his like apartment. He
Ew.
has like
What?
a snake as well and
An
a
apartment?
tarantula.
Snakes are cool. I like.
That's
I like
straight up
snakes.
nasty.
Okay, but listen to this, right?
I like
He has
snakes.
tubing going through like his walls or like between his doors
Oh my god,
with
no.
like ants running around, which is all fine for me. But like he lives in an apartment, so what about all the other people? Like what if
Yeah.
it escapes? Like
Nah.
ants, you can't keep all like contained, you know.
Why is it running through his walls
I mean,
though?
it's something
That's
running through his
gross.
walls. It's
What?
like, well,
What
kind
if,
of.
what if like the thing breaks and there's just ants
Yeah,
everywhere?
that's what I was thinking too. I mean, they usually run outside. Like that's what they do.
Like, what if it breaks in the wall and there's just ants crawling out of the walls everywhere?
Very much true.
Like, no thanks.
That is weird.
Yeah, but he got recommended to me one time, like a year ago, and I didn't think much of it. Like the content is interesting, I like to watch it. But the weird thing was, I was on the bus and somebody else was talking about it too. So I was like, that's really odd that in Belgium a Canadian like channel got promoted. I don't know.
Maybe he paid for it.
Debatable. Could be a thing.
Yeah, I guess. Oh, that's weird, man. YouTube does some weird shit.
Yeah, tell me about it. Like a dark theme for the mobile. It's pretty good.
Oh, that's amazing. That's probably the best thing that happened yesterday. I opened my YouTube and it just was like, we have a new dark theme for mobile now. And I'm like, oh,
Is that the
yes,
best thing?
my eyes will no longer be blinded. I mean, the only other news from yesterday was that I have a class called Cultural Philosophy,
Cultural philosophy.
which is not very interesting. But some girl did get triggered In that
That's
class.
a win.
It was really funny. She was sitting in front of me, flailing her fucking arms. I wish I could have filmed it, but then again, I'm kind of against filming people at random.
But it's literally your name.
But yeah. What?
Filmorth. It's in the name.
Okay. Yeah, it's good. It's a good one. Never heard that one before.
Look, you chose your own name, so it's your fault, really.
Look, man, it was a long time ago. Anyway, as I was saying, she was getting triggered over. So in Belgium, there was this gypsy family that moved into this house that had been empty for a while. And the reason it was empty was because the family was on like a huge vacation of a couple months. And these gypsies just fucking took over the home. They didn't break in. I think they got in somehow, but not breaking in.
Well, then it's fair
Right?
game.
They didn't break any windows. They didn't. Yeah, and that's the thing. There's no rules on that. There's no fucking thing where it's like, technically they are staying there illegal, but there's no actual rule to like get them out of that house, I guess. And they were using that family's clothes and whatnot.
That's
it's
weird.
Fucking weird. And this girl was trying to defend the fucking gypsies. I'm just sitting there like, what
How
the
do you
fuck?
defend somebody like literally like
The entire
taking
class.
everything?
Yeah, and I'm sitting there like, okay, what are you gonna say? They have nothing and they deserve something. Like, yeah, sure, they should deserve something, but they shouldn't just take shit from other people without even asking them. Like, yeah, come on, it's weird. Anyway, she was getting super triggered about that. It's funny. We were all laughing. We were all having a good time, except for her
I always feel bad for these people.
and her friend. I guess.
Like
Yeah.
the people who are in the minority are always like, I don't know. I guess those people are like vocal, and I'm like, oh, really? Why are you doing this to yourself?
I'm glad I'm not easily triggered by things.
Yeah,
Just things.
I only get triggered by one
and it
thing:
is.
drag.
Do you mean
Oh.
drag?
I get major, like
Like
just the
drag
whole
queen?
Yes, I get major triggered about
Yeah.
it.
That's weird.
Why? Because it's
Yes.
like a hobby?
I hate it, just in general. When everyone starts talking about it, I get super angry about it.
How often do people talk about it?
When you're gay and that people like to mention it sometimes, and
Yeah,
I'm just like, let's just shut up.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's because maybe it's because like people make a link like you're gay, so you must be into drag.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
And that can't be
guess that
far
makes
from the
sense.
truth.
yeah. I think the one thing that triggers me the most is like when something is in a video game is designed really, really stupidly. Mainly in Overwatch.
Overwatch in general. You know what, Phil? You're like you
Y'all
said
know
that you
that.
never get triggered, but when you're in a call with you
Yeah,
playing
Overwatch
Overwatch, like
triggers me,
for like 10 minutes, all you do is like get triggered.
It's so stupid, man. Come on. I hate it. Well, I still love the game, but there's like a couple things that I absolutely despise about it.
Which is
I don't
just everything.
know. Things that require no skill and have high impact, like Moira. It's just like hold right click on somebody, like in somebody's vicinity, and you take damage. It's like, come on,
Yeah.
you could make it. You can make it better.
I think PvP games are supposed to be inherently like frustrating because it's competitive in
Yeah.
nature.
It definitely is.
Yeah. I remember my days when I used to play League of Legends.
How
Yeah.
how did you even get there?
Do you want to know the story? I've played League of Legends for about 3 years. I didn't
do
think
you,
you
do
knew
you
that
still
about me,
play?
but yeah.
That's the real question.
No, not anymore. I haven't played it for about a
Do
year and a
you
half.
feel like you want to play it, or is it just something you're
Not
totally
really, because I used to get super heated.
Oh yeah.
But
There's only
it's a toxic AF
Oh,
game.
yeah.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Like everything
Overwatch
you
too.
do, people will like get mad at you about it, and you just kind of gotta like be quiet.
I feel like League has existed long enough for people to like, well, most of the like veteran players to accept the toxicity. They're just like, yeah,
Is
whatever.
that a good
like,
thing though?
That's how
Yeah.
it is. I don't know. I
I've
feel
made
like
a few
it's
friends
just-
off League though.
that's the thing about the internet. People can say things without getting serious real life repercussions.
Defo.
Because there's no like real laws on being toxic in games.
Imagine.
I mean, South Korea's getting there. Like, well, I mean, not toxicity, but just like uh, cheating in video games and boosting people's accounts is like super illegal there. Like, if you do that, you could go to jail. Like, actually, go
That's
to jail.
weird because I think in China it's basically common knowledge and like accepted to cheat. Or did I make that up?
I don't know.
I just heard
weird.
somewhere that somewhere in Asia, I thought it was China, it was very common for them to cheat because it's like very respected there to achieve like the number 1 spot. Is what I heard. Okay, that's all I know.
That's weird. Maybe you're reading Clickhole or The Onion.
Because I know that when I was playing on the American Overwatch servers, people said like, "Oh, these are Koreans that came from the Asian servers because there's so many hackers on there." So that's why. I don't know. You know, I'm the kind of person that doesn't do the research. I hear it from someone else, but I also have bad memory. So like any story could be going anywhere with me. So that's why you guys are here, so you can talk about something that's actually like true.
Yeah, I don't know. Not a big fan of truth.
No.
I'm just joking. I don't know. I just I feel like there's a lot of misinformation out there, especially nowadays. And I don't know if what you just said is true. I
mean,
don't
there
know
must
if
be
you
a
can
truth
even
to it.
research that.
That's all I'm saying.
I mean, China's also pretty weird because they have like a bunch of laws that are super strange.
Actually, I could just Google it right now, right?
Because yeah, I guess. Like for instance, in China, it's very very bad to show bones or imagery of decaying things or bodies or whatever. So in World of Warcraft, the undead class shows no bones. They have no like gashes in their skin. They're not like dead looking. They look like humans that have been starved basically and have a different colored skin. And it's really strange, but that's just how it is. That's how their laws are, and that's how the video games are made. Like whenever a video game releases in their country, they need to make sure that it's like according to their laws.
Yeah, I was watching a video on Final Fantasy 15. The skeleton enemies were totally like redesigned to be goblins or something because it was like, I don't know, you can't depict dead people.
Bones are like super illegal there.
Which I find interesting.
Which is also weird. Yeah, it's. I think it's because of like it's disrespecting the dead people. I think that's where it comes from, but I'm not sure.
I get it. I understand it.
I mean,
that kind of localization is interesting though.
I feel like respecting or disrespecting the dead is like a personal thing. Like, a video game depiction doesn't really insult anyone personally. I feel like if let's say it's like a depiction of like a certain figure or something, that's like something totally different.
I don't know, I just feel like nowadays, like everyone just focuses too much on trying not to offend other groups, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean,
like
I try to avoid that, but sometimes, man.
But I feel like in a way, it's hard. Like it's near impossible to not offend some form of group.
There's also the whole thing about balancing and like equality and whatever. You know.
Yeah.
Now you have to have a certain percentage of these kinds of characters because you gotta, have diversity.
Yeah. I don't want to get super political or anything, but I feel like it has to do with shit, I was gonna say something and I forgot it. Thanks, brain. It has to do with shit. Yeah. Sorry, my brain's fucking.
I'm glad
broken,
I'm not censoring any of this.
It has to do with like people not having anything to do, like having anything fulfilling to do in their lives other than like going to work and going to school and buying things. They don't really have like the satisfaction of and of course there is like an actual, I don't know if it's a cult, but there's like a group out there that practices what is it called? Agriculture, I guess, is the closest farming. They actually do things that people used to do back in the day because it's more fulfilling to grow your own food than to buy it from a store.
That is true.
And I agree with that, but of course they're extremists, so they fucking do everything like that, which I think is kind of stupid. But it's always something that I valued was like being able to make my own things or grow my own things. It's very interesting,
I mean,
and having that is I don't know. It's like a thing to do.
yeah. I mean, that's why I play video games, I guess, because that's where I get the sense of achievement.
Yeah, that as well
Yeah.
is very fulfilling sometimes. And other times you're stuck in the single map, running around in circles, farming money.
We're getting angry at people because they're bad at the game. How can you be so bad at the game?
It's
That's
not
why
that
I'm not a
difficult to
too
play
fan of like
DPS, man.
multiplayer games anymore.
I value multiplayer because that's where you can make friends. That's the important part, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Like,
generally.
it's more meaningful
There's a lot of
to
people.
share experiences.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in Overwatch actually sent me friend requests. And I don't know if they're 12 or if they actually like want to play the game with me. None of them actually ever sent me an invite to play a game, so at this point I'm just sitting there like, okay, I'll accept your friend request, but what's even gonna happen?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm like just picky on that in general, but so many people add you without like seeking anything from it.
Hmm.
Oh, I get what
Like,
you mean.
if I add somebody, I would even make the effort, even if it's like once, 2, 3, 4 months, to at least message them about something, you know? Otherwise, they slowly fade away from my friends list anyway.
Well, also nowadays, people mainly add people on friends list just for a quick add, like, into games. So if you're playing PvP games, it's like, oh, I just add this person in my friends list.
What? Because they know you're good?
Yes.
Ah, I guess so, yeah.
That was how it was in my days in LoL.
Yeah,
And Dota.
somebody. There's one dude actually asked me like, hey, if you wanna, I see you're platinum, maybe we can like play together and then own shit. And I was like, okay, cool, maybe someday.
Maybe some.
Never fucking talk to them again.
Yeah.
It was because it was late and I couldn't do it at that point, and I don't think I've ever seen them online again since.
Well, I mean, you're also this busy at the moment with other things.
Yeah.
Like, Christ, it took us like, what, 3 attempts to like only get together for this?
Also, talking about playing competitive in games. I was playing competitive yesterday with some of my classmates, and my dad messaged and called me, told me to be quieter because it was late, and I was like, oh, okay, shit. Well, I'll be quieter, and of course, like I am, I forget about it like 5 seconds later,
Yeah.
and start talking loudly again because I can't really hear myself while I'm playing a game. So I talk pretty loud, and then when I get angry or I die, I talk even louder. Maybe some would call it scream.
Stum.
Yeah, that scream is probably a good word. Uh, and my dad unplugged the internet.
Oh.
Oh my god.
I disconnected from the game, and guess what?
You got even angrier.
Okay. No, okay. For a second, I got fucking super pissed off. I was like, okay, fuck this. I wanted to actually throw my screen to the wall, and I was like, no, that's not a good idea. But what happened was I turned on my 4G on my phone, and I went to Discord and rejoined the call, and I was like, my dad turned off the internet. So, good luck winning that match with 5 people, and they're like, oh, don't worry. Everybody left except for us. So there were 2 against 6.
How did that happen?
I was like, come on, man.
Oh, so it was like an easy
5 against
win
6
that
is...
you're not going to get.
No. I disconnected, which made 3 people on our team leave, and they lost.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, they were the only 2 people. My classmates were the only 2 that were still in the game.
Wow. Quitters.
That shit happens, man. Look, I'm so fucking... It's so annoying when people leave. And 5v6 is still winnable, it's just really, really difficult. And I feel like we could have won that game. Even though it wasn't going amazingly well, we could have won that. But I don't know. It's just after a while I was just like, okay, whatever. This is just I've already given up by playing with my classmates. Because my rank will drop because they're placed lower in previous seasons. But since I have my new account now, I'm just gonna play on that one for if I want to go try hard.
Well, tell me how it goes, because I'm interested to see if like you're actually like locked in platinum, or if there's like you're just going to be in diamonds only. That's what I'm interested
I don't know.
about.
What I'm hoping to do, and this is like the kind of cheater way, is I'm gonna play with Jamie, who I'm pretty sure is in Masters.
No, that was random.
And that's gonna. I thought Jamie's well.
I don't
I'm
know.
unsure. Whatever.
I don't
It's
know
fine.
his record in Overwatch.
I thought he said a master, but it doesn't matter. In any case, what's going to happen is that it's going to place me against higher ranked people just because I've played with higher ranked people before, and then it's going to predetermine the thing. That's also the problem with Overwatch is because if you play with high ranked people, you just get placed in a super high rank.
Huh.
Because that's how top 500 players make alternate accounts. They just play with their friends who are also top 500 or Grandmaster, and they just get another account to that rank really easily. And it's not that that's a bad thing necessarily. The bad thing is when those people sell their accounts to people in low ranks,
Oh, definitely.
because that happens.
The number one
And then
Pokemon Go
there's
player.
a bunch of bad players in that rank.
The number
What?
one Pokemon Go player also got banned recently.
Oh, yeah.
Did you hear about that?
I saw that. I was like, what the fuck? What do you do? I didn't read the
So,
thing.
somebody in my group chat linked it, and it was like he made a service where you could pay like a low amount, like let's say 50 cents, to get like a high
Mhm.
IV Mewtwo. But he
I
was
see.
basically selling Pokemon, which is definitely against the terms of service. So how stupid could you actually be to put that up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jake, do you still play Pokemon Go?
No, I do
Have you ever
not.
played it?
I have. I played it for about 3 months and then I stopped.
Well, you could still get
Well,
back
yeah, the
into
game
it.
kind of
The friends, this is a thing now.
Yeah.
We could be
nah.
best friends, Jake. Doesn't that sound tempting?
We could be best
Or
friends.
ultra friends if you're not that, committed to the cause.
Yeah, it
I
only
don't
takes
know,
about a year.
like, also I don't drive still, so it's kind of hard for me to play Pokemon Go when I'm like not out and about a lot.
Well, I mean, you can't
Mhm.
play it while driving. That's against rules.
I mean, you could,
I
but
know, but I
that's
don't
against
go
the
around to a
law.
lot of different places. a lot.
Debatable, Phil. Well, I mean, it is definitely against the law, but you could still play it.
It's like
Is
those IRL streamers that like they record themselves driving the bus or driving a truck. Not record themselves, but stream themselves. And it's like, okay, cool, you're making extra money from your kind of annoying, shitty job. But it's super bad.
I mean, it's a bad work
Like,
ethic
that's
in general. Like, you're putting other
yeah,
people's safety, like, on the line.
yeah. I mean, people still watch it, and I wonder why. Because they're just
I
truck
mean, a lot of people are
drivers.
just waiting for that moment, That
Yeah,
moment where they do hit
they're
something.
just sitting there waiting for a car crash.
But also, people are just fascinated by other people's lives.
Yeah, true.
That's why
That's
those things get a lot more views nowadays. Because people like vlogs and that, they're really popular because people are just nosy. They like to see what
Oh,
goes on in other people's day-to-day life.
and then people start not watching it anymore because their day-to-day lives are kind of the same, and then they start making up shit to get more views.
Okay, you know what I find
But
satisfying?
that's
It's just like watching through a window and seeing what other people are watching on TV. Is it just me? Is that weird?
I don't. When I'm walking home from the train, from the not the train, from the bus
Yeah.
stop, I often look inside people's houses. Most of them are just shut off by like the I wanted
Blinds,
to say windows,
curtains.
blinds, curtains. There we
Yeah.
go. That shit. But some of them you can like hear or see a TV, and just like, okay, there's that playing, there's that playing, there's that playing. But like generally, it's not that interesting what they're watching.
Yeah.
Never seen anybody watch porn. So that's interesting.
I thought I said at the start we won't talk about that.
It's fine. It's just I mentioned the
Yeah,
word.
but I specifically said at the
Just bleep
start.
it out.
This is
Bleep
a
it out.
PG-13 stream.
We're trying.
It's
It's not a stream anymore. We're actually recording this now.
This is child-friendly.
We're trying, Phil.
that's a Christian.
The Nintendo boys
Christian
are watching.
recording.
Not really though.
We're gonna have to censor that out.
Replace it with this word. Diarrhea. There we go. Replace it with diarrhea.
I'm not going to do it.
Nobody's watching diarrhea.
I'm not going to do it, Phil. This is a lost bit. Now I lost what I was going to say. Oh yeah. Okay, but like when you're going home at night and you see like in an apartment complex some of the lights are still lit, I just wonder what kinds of lives they are living, you know? Like a story or like a book, like what's going on right there in that scene, you know? What makes them drive?
Cars.
I mean, you know what I mean? The road of life, Phil. What makes them drive the road of life?
Well then.
Too deep?
Sure. I mean, it's your podcast. This is how deep it goes all the time. Because, okay, I wanted to make the first podcast, and I don't remember exactly what happened, but I had to go
barbecue.
somewhere. Or I was somewhere. No, that was
You discarded us for a
because there was
barbecue.
a podcast before. There was like a podcast like super way before this, the last one you put up.
What? Before that one, even.
There was one.
You're probably just being dumb.
Oh.
You're Dumbo.
What? No.
And I'm angry.
What?
No, actually, I don't
there
know.
Was one,
You probably
right?
had something to do. I don't know what.
I don't know, but in any case, I wanted to make each one of them, and every time the podcast came, I was like, "Oh fuck, no! I have something to do," and every time I've regretted my decision because every time I was doing that one thing, it was just I regretted being there.
Yeah, that's because I am the greatest experience alive, and everybody should hit subscribe because you want more.
Hit the like button.
Phil regrets not being here, and so should you if you're not here, but now you're here, so you're fine.
Touch that bell to receive notifications.
Does anybody do that? Does anybody hit that bell? I have not hit any bells.
You know what's a weird thing? There's another thing that YouTube does. Okay, so they started with the subscription box where they left out videos sometimes to some viewers. That's now also happening with the notification bell thing.
Yeah, true.
Because sometimes I'm looking in the thing and there's like a scheduled upload for instance, Game Grumps uploads every time at 7 o'clock and 9, sometimes at 9 and always at 11. And sometimes a fucking episode doesn't appear and I'm like, what the fuck? Did they not upload today? So I go to their channel and it's there, but it's not in my stupid notifications and it sucks. I hate them. Fuck YouTube. Too bad they got a monopoly, pretty much a monopoly on like all social media video services.
True. Let's all move to yeah.
Anyway, let's not talk shit on the platform that we're posting on.
It's not true. We're actually on Vimeo now. Or Daily Motion.
I was going to say Daily Motion.
The only reason I've ever used Vimeo is student film projects.
Is Vimeo even still up? I thought it was dead.
I don't know. It's been a while since I've watched student video or film projects because I'm not in that branch anymore.
Wait, do you have to pay for Vimeo now?
What?
Yeah, I just typed in Vimeo and the first link is like, our plans. Oof.
Also, another stupid thing is I would pay for YouTube. It's not YouTube Red anymore. It's YouTube Premium. I would pay for YouTube Premium, but it's not even available in Belgium. So go fuck yourself, YouTube.
I don't see the point in it personally.
No ads.
I don't know. It's just there's a couple. There's no ads, and there's a couple interesting like Mind. Fuck, what's it called again? The thing that Vsauce makes.
Premium content?
I knew it. Mind. Fuck. Okay, just talk about something else while I look.
No, but like, what are you talking about? Walk us through it. Is it a special
It's
kind of
it's a
video,
fucking
like a show?
YouTube Red
Yeah,
show.
YouTube Red show.
YouTube Premium show.
It wasn't too difficult.
Piece of Minefield.
Yeah.
It's called Minefield.
Yeah, what about it?
Yeah, it looks super interesting, and I want to watch it, but you either have to pay like what's it, €5 per episode or
that's
something,
crazy.
Oh,
or you
God.
have to get premium, and you can't fucking get premium in Belgium, so it's useless.
I still think it's pointless nonetheless. If I'm
No,
honest.
listen, Jake. You have ads, right? Some of them are like, what, 5 seconds of your life? How many
Yeah.
videos do you think Phil and I watch on a day? That's a lot of 5 seconds.
Or you have or you get a lovely
Where's ad
extension
block?
that don't allow ads.
We have ad block at
Yeah,
work.
I know.
How sad is that?
What?
I wish I was strong enough to disable adblock, but I can't.
Wait, what does it?
I do it on some
Yeah,
websites.
like mine, right?
No, it's on some websites. On YouTube it's off, but I think Facebook is
I
probably
mean,
on.
some
No,
websites literally just function better without ads.
Yeah,
Well, I keep 2 ad blockers on constantly.
like most illegal anime sites.
Most illegal sites I watch TV series on, I need ad blocker.
Yeah.
I'm fine, honestly. Like, the worst thing that ever happened is, like, going through, like, 10 tabs just to play the video.
Oh no, I can't deal with that. That's why I've got ad
It's a
blockers. So then I
challenge,
actually only need
Jake.
to get rid of 1 tab.
It's a challenge.
Man, somebody should buy my Bolt.
This is an ad in
I'm
my
waiting here.
podcast about your virtual
Yeah.
item. Get out of here.
Buy my Bolt. I'm on EU servers. Buy it, please. Thanks.
Let's talk about the legendary weapon.
It's probably gone by the time this goes up.
Let's talk about the legendary weapon in freaking Guild Wars.
Yeah. I need the money to fund more endeavors in this game.
Jake, how long do you think it
Thank
has
you.
been since we played Guild Wars?
Probably been about 2 years, 2-3
Oh, yeah,
years.
it's been a while.
Yeah, I'm logging in right
The
now.
problem
think-
with me, and I'll tell you
I
why,
think-
I can never play games competitively. I get bored easily. So once I've like played enough of a game, I get bored and I need to move on to something else.
Yeah.
No, y'all. We started with my Guardian, right? I was playing Guardian when
Yeah,
we were
I
playing with
think
Jake.
so.
That's like easily 3
Yeah,
years
I'm logging
ago.
into my
think even
elementalist right
more.
now.
I think I'm gonna get my 4th birthday gift in January or March or something around that time.
What is weird is that I don't even feel like it's been that long. Like, nothing has changed about
Yeah, I
us,
know.
in a sense.
That's refreshing.
Like, we're still just
Yeah.
here being derpy.
Yeah.
The most recent thing that blew my mind, and I don't know how I could have missed this, but The Witness, that game, The Witness, the puzzle game, fucking adore that game. That came out 2 years ago. That came out in 2016,
Oh.
and it feels like it's been like 4 years since that came out. Normally, it's always the reverse, where it's like, oh shit, it's been out for that long. No, this time it's the other way around. I feel like it's not. It's older than it is. That sounds
A lot
weird,
of
doesn't
things
it?
are older than they are. I guess.
Like me. I'm actually 75.
Well, I'm always looking forward to the newest game to play.
I'm almost 75.
Which currently isn't much because, Jesus, Nintendo, give us something to work with. Like, where's my Fire Emblem?
Right now, I think I'm most hyped for Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice.
That's the Dark Souls game, right?
Yeah, the From
It's
Software.
the Dark Souls of
Yeah.
video games.
It's the Dark Souls of From Software. Actually, no, it's
Here,
Sekiro.
Jake, I'm going to send you my phone wallpaper. That way you know
What's another
how
one?
bad it is. I don't even know who this character is yet. You know, it's my background, so there's that.
Wait, what? Do
Not following.
I recognize that character?
Do you what? You don't?
I do, but I can't put
Well,
my
it's
finger
from the
on it.
trailer, the Treehouses trailer.
But what game? What, the Fire
Yeah,
Emblem
The
game?
new one.
Oh yeah. Sorry, it's been. I've watched the trailer. It's just been a long time since
That's
I've last
exactly
watched
what I
it.
said, Jake. That's
Oh,
exactly what I
right.
said.
Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee is also coming out soon.
Should I get it?
I love how like Nintendo said nothing about that game. yet.
Yeah.
Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal is also somewhere in 2019. That's hype.
What is that? Is that a DLC?
No, that's the second. It's the. Why does everybody think it's DLC?
Because it just sounds like a DLC.
It's just a sequel. It's just a sequel to the 2016 game.
Okay, sorry. It just sounds like it's like Doom, semicolon, Eternal. Like Eternal is a DLC of Doom.
Yeah,
That's what I mean.
I guess I get that, but
It-
like if you've seen the gameplay, you see that it's not.
Well, yeah. Well, I
it's
don't
not
know.
DLC.
It might.
It's got too much
It has
content.
2 guns.
Like. Now you get to shoot new demons. Actually, they're just
Why
recolored
isn't Doom
from the
multiplayer?
original.
That's a real question.
There is a multiplayer.
Why is it? Is
There's no like not a main story. There's not like
Yeah.
a story multiplayer, but there's like competitive.
Well, but I don't want to play competitive.
There's like true.
I want to play with my friends.
Maybe the Doom will have a duo co-op.
Yeah.
I guess because there can only be one Doom guy.
No. Well, can there though?
Maybe, dude, we could call them and it would be like add a co-op mode and the second player will be called Doom Lad.
Doom Lad. Like what? Cuphead and Mugman.
Mugman. Doom Lad. And then you can have another one that's Doom Woman and Doom Gal because we don't want to be sexist.
Yeah. But we can't have like
Doom
Dark
Gal.
Doom guy though. That sounds bad.
Mm. Like, I wonder if they made a female Doom guy.
You can't
would-
have a
would they
female
have,
Doom guy
like-
though.
Well, I mean, just Doom guy with long hair.
What? Like
Just,
Prince
you see
Charming
hair
from
coming out
Shrek
of his helmet. Yeah, there
in
you go.
Doom.
There you go. Doom gal.
Doom guy. Okay.
Oh man, are there female demons?
Succubi.
Oh wait, yeah.
Jake
Oh
knows
yeah.
all about
Oh,
those demons, right, Jake?
Let's not talk about succubi because that's too much,
Why?
man. We're gonna
Bad
go into.
experiences.
Did you have
No.
an experience yourself?
Yeah. Do you want to talk
No.
about it?
I wish too much. Don't worry about it. But what you told us not to go into this
Oh,
direction,
yeah, definitely.
so let's not do it.
Just know that there's
maybe a Triple X podcast.
Dude,
will come
After
to
Dark.
you.
oh hell yeah, dude. Succubi are fucking great, dude. Anyway,
Well, I just learned something new.
what was it? What was I talking about? Not succubi.
Maybe it was Incubus.
No. I wanted to say something that's fine. It's probably not important.
See, I can make all these references because Jake is playing the mobile game. SMT mobile game.
Hell yeah.
What are your demons?
Also, pardon?
Which demons are you running?
Let me grab. Well, I've got my phone on me. Let me just have a
Yeah.
look, because I can't remember off the top of my head. I've got Titania,
That's a good one. It's the elf lady.
Metatron,
That's like a flying robot dude, right?
yeah, Skadi.
Doesn't immediately ring a bell. Is that a dog guy? No.
She's black with a cape.
Oh, okay.
That's cute.
And Athena.
That sounds like a solid pick. Let me actually Google her. I like the name, so.
I also have Oberon as well.
Oh, yeah, Athena is the one with the shield.
She's also from Greek mythology.
I know, Jake, but I mean, I guess it was just as big.
She's the one with the
No,
shield.
is it the one that's like flying with like a spear and a shield?
She
She's
doesn't
also
fly.
that one from
I mean,
Borderlands.
the problem with SMT is that they have like the same name for like a different depiction of the
Yeah,
whatever
yeah,
demon.
I get you. Athena has a red mask, a winged helmet, a shield, and a
Oh yeah,
spear.
so the old
she wears a
design.
dress.
Yeah.
Do I have anyone else? Let me have a look. That I may use. No, I think that's it at the
Yeah,
minute.
that sounds
They're like my
that sounds
go-tos.
solid.
I also have Ose, but I don't really use
Ren
them anymore.
used Ose a lot for obvious reasons that shouldn't be discussed here.
Oh yeah. I mean, I can imagine. I don't know who this is, but I can imagine.
And I also ran Silky for a very long time.
Silky's okay. Hold on, Phil. I will give you a picture because I'm already
Oh
too
no.
deep into it.
I don't know.
But now they're all level 45.
I'm flying around Lion's Arch, just waiting for my
So,
gold
so
to
what do you
pop up.
still do in that game? Because I found it boring like
Oh,
instantly.
okay, well, yeah.
Well, it's kind of like any other gacha game. You kind of just grind, get more whatevers, and then grind.
So you
Like
play.
Azure Lane.
Phil?
Like Azure Lane.
Oh, don't even. But
I keep getting ads
why
about
are you
that.
playing that instead of, I don't know, Fire Emblem Heroes?
I've already explained it to you. I just don't like the randomness you get from the
Oh,
units,
yeah,
and I'm very
true.
selective of what units I
did say
like
that.
in Fire Emblem.
You did say that. Yeah.
So, and the thing that I like about SMT, I like a lot more of the demons, and you can control it a
You
lot
can
more.
control them.
Like you have the gotchas, but you can also fuse,
True.
so you can manipulate what units you
I
get.
had a pretty
To a
legit
degree.
party right from the start, so that was pretty fun. But I just like Fire Emblem Heroes does have a lot of good art and stuff. And charm.
No, I'm not disputing that, but it's just
Oh,
the fact I just don't like the randomness. Like I don't want to like spend so much time into units that I don't even like or don't
True.
want.
That's the main
Mhm.
issue with the game right now. There's too many units and too little like
Ways to get them.
not ways to get them, but like okay, there's two problems. There's too many units that you can get which you can't use because most of the content is only like 4 characters that you need for them. Like what is the
Mhm.
point in getting your 15th like red sword user?
Yeah.
And another problem is there's not so many characters with so many different skills that if you want to make the perfect build for your character, you need to pull like 20 other characters just for the skills alone, which makes it really hard because most of them are like, you know, time gated and stuff.
Yeah. Like I said, I did play it for a bit, but I just didn't like the randomness of it.
Yeah.
I just never got units that I personally liked.
They have this new game now,
And
Nintendo. Hold on, let me Google. Not Google it. I have it on my phone.
and
I think it's called like Dragalia Lost. It's not out in Europe yet, but I
never.
downloaded the APK and I haven't really played it yet. Because okay, so this is basically my review of like the first 10 minutes, which is like the prologue, right? So you're
Mhm.
Prince. He's literally called Prince, right? He has a sister.
Okay.
That says a lot.
This sounds super
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
basic.
Hold on. So then there's this evil person, which is his sister, but with a mask. And she's evil. And our main character is a weak boy, so he uses dragons. He summons dragons to aid him in
This is
battle.
the most basic story I've ever heard.
Yeah, and that's it. Now I'm at the part where I'm supposed to summon for more dudes. But the first one I pulled was a guy, so I was like, I'm not.
It's male. Can't have him.
If I can't, I don't know. I thought I was going to summon like dragons, but no, I'm just summoning dudes. I need to get additional dragons for my dudes. So yeah, so far not
Yeah.
a great game.
That's the only problem with gacha games.
I don't
They're
play
all the
'em.
same. That's the problem.
Essentially, yes.
You log in every day, you do the login bonuses, then you have like the daily maps that you have to do. And then once you're done with that,
Yeah.
you can finally like let out a sigh of relief and go on with your day.
Yeah.
It's either that or
I just kind of log in for the daily bonuses, and then I just kind of like go on my
yeah.
day.
Stamina is very annoying as well. Like it pressures you to like spend it as soon as you can, so you can keep getting more. You know what I mean?
I've
Mhm.
never had a problem with stamina.
I don't know. It's like depends on how much you want to play, how much you feel like you need to get out of it.
Yeah.
In Fire Emblem Heroes, there's a lot of limited events, so it's like you gotta play. Like there's days that I don't play at all, and there's days where I play like the whole day through, just like on autopilot, trying to get as much points.
Yeah. Like I said, I do really like the artwork for Fire Emblem Heroes, so I sometimes do like just browse like Twitter or something to see like what new units there are and what designs
What
there are.
hentai they
But
make off of them? I mean, what? I follow like one artist,
T.
that's all, and man, they make a lot. Like they like a lot of other people's pieces.
Yeah.
Is it the one that I think it is?
Probably. It's the one that does Lynn all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no wonder.
What do you mean? Oh, no wonder.
I know you like
Yeah,
Lynn.
Lynn is pretty cool. She's a strong female character, which is
She's
definitely
a
up my alley.
cutie. Mm-hmm.
People always think that waifus are something that is supposed to be like
Also-
sexual or something, or like, you know.
Green hair.
Yeah, green hair. It's pretty good.
Mhm.
It's very rare as well. You know why? It's because green hair doesn't
Well, I mean-
work IRL.
Yeah.
It literally doesn't.
that it really
No, I
doesn't.
don't.
I had like a phase where I was like really into girls with colored hair, and I think even back then I was like green. Nah,
In
man.
games and in anime, perfect.
I have a parent at my
still
work
like-
who has green hair, and I just cringe every time.
I still like blue hair, like dark bluish, I like
Well,
that.
it's because it doesn't wash
Or maybe
as well.
like highlighted.
If you do like green hair,
Yeah.
it washes out real quick, and it becomes like spinach greenish. Like I don't know. It's like somebody gooped your hair like in Nickelodeon.
Or it just looks like
Yak.
swamp green, so it looks like you just dragged your hair through a swamp. 'Cause it's got
You're
'cause it looks
just
brown.
that one Vine girl from Boku no Hero Academy
Wow. Yeah. I mean, like in anime it works.
or My
like I
Hero
said.
Academy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's My Hero Academia. It's Macadamia Nut.
Macadamia. Yeah, except you know that always fucking weirded me out. Why is it called academia? Academia?
What?
Academia.
Just fucking say academy.
My Hero Academy. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, makes more sense.
Macadamia. My Hero Macadamia.
They should
Dude,
sell them.
macadamias are fucking delicious.
Like, they're just nuts, but it has packaging of My Hero.
It has like a six pack on it.
I'm sorry, just macadamia is a funny word.
Macadamias are delicious.
I don't like them as much. Give me cashew nuts or pistachios.
Oh, dude.
I'm all
Oh.
about almonds.
You know what's so weird about those two that you just listed, y'all? They're fucking great. They're delicious. But I was looking up information about keto
Oh,
diet.
no.
You don't know what? Yeah, and those were the only two nuts that they said were not good for you. And I was like, come on.
What can I say? I am a sinner.
Keto diet's not that good, FYI.
What did you just say, Jake?
Keto diet is
Oh,
not
yeah.
that good.
I don't diet.
Keto is. I tried, and I have tried the past week to do it, but it's so hard, man. I don't
Here's
know
the
if it
tip.
works.
Don't do
I was-
keto diet.
Okay, good. I have a reason to say to my mom, like, hey, mom, this guy on the internet told me that keto is bad. So
Wow, Jake is just
Well,
a guy on the
is it-
internet?
I'm not gonna do it anymore.
Wow.
Thanks.
Right now, I mean, she doesn't know who Jake is.
True.
But
Big tip: don't have as much dairy. Cut not as much
Fuck.
salt. Not a lot of sugar.
Can't believe we went
okay,
there on
I'm
this
fine
podcast.
with the salt.
Salt, sugar, and dairy. And
Dairy
try-
is the fucking hardest shit to give up.
well,
other
the
than
thing-
other than carbs, I guess.
yeah, carbs you don't want to get rid of, but you also want to limit. Dairy is
Yeah.
a big one because dairy is full of fat. So
Fuck.
cheese, milk, butter, it's all filled with fat, like
Yeah.
fats.
That's the problem, man. The reason why I wanted to do keto over any other diet was because I'd rather eat cheese than bread.
But that's why keto's terrible because cheese. Like I don't have much dairy in my diet, so that's why I'm like doing pretty well for myself.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, I
doing great
guess.
as well.
Yeah, dude. I have a really big personality. If you know
True.
what I'm talking
I mean, I
about.
just like food, okay? It's my...
Yeah,
So
I
do
want to say it's
I.
my one
I had fried
vice,
chicken
but
the
I'm
other
just
week.
a sinner in general, so...
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like somebody also told me like you can also just pretty much eat whatever, not everything, of course, but just eat normally as you already do, but exercise more. And I'm like, well, that requires
Yeah,
effort.
there's two things I can't do. That's self-discipline myself and not be lazy.
Exactly.
So, I guess I will just have to give up on both.
There's also the thing of like my mom. I told her that I wanted to diet, and she's like super on board with it because she's been doing not really keto, but like not exactly keto, but it's along the lines. She doesn't eat any more carbs, like any big carb products like pasta, bread, potatoes, and whatnot. But
Do
she
you want me to tell
still
you a big
ignores
problem with that?
it, what.
Carbs is also a big source of our energy. So the
Yes,
problem with people who do keto
that's why you need to
diet,
eat
they
more
find
fats.
themselves extremely fatigued.
Yes, that's what I had the past week, and then I stopped doing that, and now I feel better. But I think
Yeah.
my problem is that I had to eat more fats because that's where you would get your energy from doing keto,
Mm-hmm.
because you start burning fats rather than carbs, and not
Yeah.
only the fats that you eat, but also the fats that you have stored in your body, which is how you lose fat.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's what I was trying to do, and it didn't work out because I know jack shit about dieting.
Yeah, you
Dieting.
sounded like
I
you
know
were
jack shit
dying
about
all the
dieting.
time. You're like, my mom started dying
Yeah.
earlier.
Yeah, no, like it's fucking weird, man. Especially because last week we had. All right, this is some big news. I don't know if anybody
Are you
knows
pregnant?
about this, but it was. Yes,
Oh my god.
of course I
Congrats.
am.
Can't take
Okay,
care of it.
it
I mean, we don't know,
Yes.
Phil, but you're into
is true. Okay, let's move to
big
another topic.
news.
No, I'm
What's the
not
big news?
pregnant. The big news is that we had a project that we had to do for
It's a
school.
baby.
Um, it's a baby. The baby's called Tim Burton.
Oh god.
Um, yeah, we had to do a big project because Tim Burton was dropping by our school to check out our art, and I was super hyped because like Tim Burton's great. Like I don't know, I love his movies. He's a fucking goofy guy, and seeing him in person was also like that's exactly how I imagined him being.
Yeah?
Like super goofy. His hand motions, like the way he acts, is just like his movies.
Interesting.
It's like super goofy and weird.
So,
It's an interesting guy. In any case, so there was one of these classes was like, hey, let's make this, and the idea was like a giant box that you had to look inside of to like see
a diorama?
things that were inspired by his style. What?
Like a diorama kind of deal?
Yeah, like diorama kind of deal.
Yeah, I remember those boxes, like,
Um,
with false stuff in them.
F- yeah, and it fucking we're a game design. Uh,
Yeah,
like
of
we
course,
do game
yeah.
design. We do not build things. And even though at the end of the week we did finish our project and it looked pretty okay, and Tim Burton actually said that he liked it a lot. It was very interesting. Uh, it still felt like we did the wrong thing.
Why?
Um, I don't know. It just
It wasn't a game?
I did almost nothing
Well,
because I'm terrible at woodworking. I'm terrible at creating things like physically creating things, and I've never done that before. And I have tried to do that, and I did end up making something with the help of other people. But it was like the worst week I've had in school in a long time, and I think most of that was probably because of keto diet and how I had zero energy to do fucking anything.
yeah.
I was just I was just constantly walking around, sitting down, walking around, sitting down, putting my head on the table, sitting down, walking around.
I mean, that's kind of the
It's the
issue with
worst,
dieting
man.
as well, I feel like. To be productive, you have to, like, all of your needs have to be filled so you can be optimal and not distracted.
Yeah.
So if I would diet, I feel like my work ethic would suffer from dieting. So, like, I don't know. That's just an excuse, probably. That's probably what all of the people would say to me. But it is
Mhm.
true.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. The problem with diets, people go too far away from what they're used to. So, for example, a lot of people do with diets. They go from one extreme to the other. So they have like a certain set of meals each week, but then when they switch over to diets, they have a completely different set of meals. And what that'll do, that'll outbalance this body, causing them to be fatigued because their body's not like used to that type of food. So the
Mhm.
best way to diet is to actually start incorporating different foods into your meals. So not going completely cold turkey with your old meal plan, but slowly
Yeah.
incorporating the new foods in, so then your body can get used to it, and therefore you're actually incorporating your diet into your lifestyle rather than just trying to
Yeah.
Yeah.
diet
Uh,
to try and lose weight. And that's where everyone fails in
that's the
dieting.
reason why I stopped as well, was because I felt absolutely fucking miserable. I think probably the second most miserable I've ever felt. Let's not
Yeah.
get into the first most miserable. But it was just like the combination of school with just this diet was, or like not the diet, but like the sudden drop off of I'm just gonna eat no carbs at all. Was just the worst. And I made up for it. I ate probably a week's worth of carbs in a single weekend.
Hmm.
Because I was at a LAN party with like 300 people, and the only thing they have of food there is pretty much carbs. Like it's fried food with buns around it. Just everything with carbs in it. Pasta, noodles, whatever you name it, fries, bread, burgers. And it was amazing. But at the same time, holy shit, did I feel bad after that weekend because I ate nothing but absolutely disgustingly bad foods
But
for
isn't
me.
that the essence of living,
But
though?
it's true. I did have fun, uh, and I'm glad I was like, I'm gonna stop this diet because I'm not gonna have any fun. I'm gonna sleep the
Hmm.
entire day if I don't.
Also,
Slept
another big tip for diets, always give yourself a cheat day. So give yourself a day where you just don't restrict yourself at all.
Oh boy,
Oh boy.
Or just
that's a bad.
Yeah.
That's
have
a
a
bad
day
way.
where you just treat yourself. So just have one
Treat
day be like,
yourself.
yeah, treat yourself.
That's such a good thing. You have seen that? You've seen Parks and Rec, Jake. Have you seen it?
I don't think so, no.
Crap. That's what it's from. There's like two characters in that series. A super funny
Mm-hmm.
series. They there's like one day in the year that they
Mm-hmm.
treat yourself, and they go out and just buy a bunch of like fashion or like
I
clothes
don't
and
know,
shit.
I
I'm
just
like,
learned it from
that's
like
fucking great.
Twitter, and it's basically a meme, and it's just a black woman going, treat yourself.
Yeah, that's her. That's one of the two characters. It's
Yeah,
fucking amazing. I
that's
love
where I
that
got
show.
it from. And I'm like, hell
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it's fucking great.
But
It's
that
one of.
also doesn't come in handy when you've got money and you buy a lot of things because you just say
Oh
treat
yeah,
yourself all the time and you're
true.
like,
It's a
oops.
bad
I
lifestyle.
mean, it's that's literally me right now because my legendary weapon sold on the trading post, and now I have a shitload of cash in this game. I'm gonna treat myself with farming.
Wait, that's actually the
Well, I
money you
spent
got from that weapon?
£700 and I'm going to Tenerife next
Yes,
month.
Holy macaroni.
that's the money I got. Yeah, that's why I sold it.
Jesus.
That's probably like because I farmed all the money. I think I spent like 500 gold on it, so that's like a little bit over 1,500 gold profit
Oh,
on just buying materials.
this is just the most boring conversation to have in a podcast, but that's impressive money.
True. It's I for the people who play Guild Wars, I now have 2,150 gold in my account.
Believe me, I don't think
Don't
anybody
steal my
stuck around from
account.
those days.
Do not mention my mail address, please. People will try and
I
steal
don't know
my
your
money.
mail address.
That's good. That's good.
What
Keep
is
it
it?
that way.
Fillmore
It's
at Gmail?
buttmorth at butts dot butt.
UK.
Because my last name is Butt.
Oh.
My last name. That's not even a lie.
Yeah. I feel like we have to mention this everywhere. There has to be some kind of
Yeah.
footage of you explaining this. Well, not anymore because you
I-
privated all of your videos.
No,
Damn,
it's
man.
not even in any of those videos. Dude, believe me,
It
it's not.
has to be. What else did you talk
I
about?
never talked about it. I never talked about my real fucking name,
Oh.
man.
Now you did.
I private. Yeah, but it's not like people from my class are gonna be like, Phil was on this podcast.
You thought no. Maybe one day we will break into that demographic.
Oh yeah.
Definitely not the 5
Just
people.
mention Philmorth in the description. And whenever people look me up on Google, that's the first thing that's gonna pop
Honestly,
up because that's the
let's
only
try
name.
this. Let's type in Phil Morton, see what are the first things that show up. Well, your Twitter is the first one,
Yeah.
which is already like a very.
Which is
Is
good.
it good?
There's also, I
Let
think
me
it's good.
click on it. Let's see
Wait,
what
what
the
the
first
fuck?
few tweets are. Oh, okay. I guess most of them are art. Okay,
Why? The first Google Images result was a tweet that I retweeted
interesting.
with an image of the new
Oh yeah,
Mombadora
I
game.
see. Yeah, most of the things are actually just.
That's strange. Anyway, there's a lot of shit from my DeviantArt.
You did the. I didn't even know you had a DVD art.
Christ, DeviantArt still
Yeah.
alive?
That is some 2010
Yeah.
to 2012,
I
13
thought it would have
shit,
shut down
man.
by now.
No, because it's Jake. It's art. Art lives.
Yeah.
I thought DeviantArt died.
Art lives.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
I thought DeviantArt got replaced by Tumblr.
Have you seen Bowsette? It multiplies by the second.
Oh hell yeah! I go through Twitter like searching Bowser because why
Yeah.
not?
Twitter? Oh, you're
adorable.
innocent, Jake. You're very innocent.
Listen,
Wait,
I don't. I,
do you
I
check
think
anything other than
forget
Twitter?
I'm
No, not
gay,
publicly.
so I don't want to see big. I don't want to see big titties.
Wow, Jake, how could you
No,
betray
that's-
us?
Okay,
could
that's that's interesting. Wait, if I remember correct, okay, I don't want to get too far into this. So I'm just gonna mention this one thing that a gay friend of mine said. He loves boobs, but he doesn't like vaginas, and that's the reason
Can we
he's
say
gay.
that on the podcast?
I'm like-
I don't even know.
I don't know. We're talking about this now.
Should have said like something
but it's
different,
just-
like cushions and.
Vagina and bobs.
Well, I was thinking about something more stylish, but you could be like a 10-year-old. That's fine.
Cookie. Should I say cookie?
Okay, whatever.
It's anyway. So he's into one thing, but he's not into the other thing, and I'm just sitting there like, that's interesting, I guess.
But
I guess Jake is other like it's you don't like boobs.
I'm 100% gay.
I see.
I like that sausage, not
Interesting.
that
Well,
fish.
that's pretty
though. No
gay.
thanks.
That's great. Sausage.
I also
There's
like
some
the
words
term
that-
lollipop. So yeah.
Oof. I like the polished greatsword a lot. That's like my go-to.
That for some reason when you said polished greatsword, I had to think of there's like a scene in Ollie G where he chains himself up to a fence. And he's like protesting. He's doing like a hunger protest or whatever the fuck. And then some dudes come by and like take his pants down, and he's just sitting there with his fucking dick out. And then there's some girls coming by, and he's like, "Oh shit, I gotta show off my penis to all these girls," and he tries to get it hard or whatever. And then a guy comes by who is shining poles. He's like rubbing the poles to make them shinier, and then jerks off the dude.
Whoa, hold on.
That's
Did
the scene.
Wait, what was this? Was this a YouTube video?
No, this is a movie. This is part of the Ollie G movie. You know, fucking Borat, the guy that plays
Oh,
Borat,
okay.
Sacha
Oh,
Baron
yeah.
Cohen.
So it's not as graphic as you're mentioning it right now.
No. It's not like legit, like penis out. It's just it's being
I
insinuated,
see.
and it's man, that movie is weird. It's funny, but it's like classic. What is that? 2000s humor.
Yeah, something about that doesn't hold up well. I don't even know what a funny movie is these days. Do they still make
Yeah.
them?
Yeah.
I don't.
I
like
don't
comedy.
think there are a lot of like comedy movies out there. I think the most comedy you're gonna get from like a movie format is a stand-up recording. Like for instance,
Oh,
on
yeah.
Netflix right now, there's like a lot of stand-up recordings, and recently got into Bo Burnham. It's a funny guy. He sings a
I
lot.
think some people watch him.
I'm unsure if he's gay because he mentions he's gay a lot. But I don't know if he's serious because he also mentions that he likes girls. I don't know.
Maybe
Yeah,
he's
you can be
bisexual.
both, Phil.
Maybe he's bi.
What is this,
Exactly.
2015?
But I don't know. It's weird. Strange guy.
My boyfriend's bisexual.
Love him,
That
though.
actually is a
Good
double
guy.
compliment
He's
then,
funny, man.
Jake. Because out of all of his
Yeah,
options,
it
you're the
is
one.
because he also has a preference towards women.
Ooh,
So
wow, you like that's a triple
Interesting.
compliment then.
yeah, he's like
Damn.
80% women, 20% men.
I like how you described that.
Damn.
Do you believe in the gaydar though? Because we had a conversation about this,
Oh
and
yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's just
I
BS.
can sense it. I can feel it, like a spider sense.
I know what you
I
mean,
get a gaydar from Phil.
but
sometimes.
you know what? That's weird. A lot of people do. Uh, I've been asked if I was gay multiple times, and I don't know exactly why it is, but I kind of understand. Uh, I guess it's because maybe it's because I'm just like in public.
Very gay.
I'm more I'm more flamboyant.
I don't know. I feel like there's
Uh,
a difference.
But at home or when I'm like alone playing games, I'm like very different. It's just there's like a strange. Maybe I'm bipolar.
Where are we
Yes.
going with
I've
this?
been asked if I've been asked if I have a dissociative personality disorder.
Interesting.
Yes, because my mood changes a lot, and I
I
have a
see.
lot, and I like a lot of things. Like my tastes vary, are like on different ends of the spectrum.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
Yes.
Also, another thing that's coming nearer me and y'all soon is Game Force,
Oh yeah.
which is a gaming convention. They're gonna have Kingdom Hearts 3
Mm.
and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
How I'm not going to go as always, but it will hurt me inside.
Yeah, and they're also gonna have Pokemon Let's Go.
Yeah. Wow.
But those are like the only 3 games that seems worth going to it. They also have Spider-Man, like the new Spider-Man, Super Mario
But the new
Party.
Spider-Man is already out.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know, but they have like a lot of games that are already out,
I
but
don't
they're
know.
just like they have to fill it with something,
True,
y'all.
but I feel like it sucks when you're in the moment, but after.
There's also PUBG and
Oh.
Overwatch and probably Fortnite at some place
Okay,
as
but
well.
these are all
I don't
kinds
know.
of things that I could play in another time
There's even
with more comfort.
Pokemon Stadium and F-Zero GX and Donkey Kong Country and
Cool.
Mario Kart and whatever.
But is there anything exclusive?
In any case, no. Other than I guess Smash Bros and Kingdom Hearts are like the big ones, maybe.
Jake, are you into Kingdom Hearts? I think not, right?
I tried, but I tried to follow the storyline, but my brain gets really confused whenever I try
Can't
to.
blame
Yeah,
you.
I hear that from everybody.
Like I've watched quite a lot of Let's Plays, but
Yeah.
then I got to I think Dream Drop Distance, and then I completely lost it. Like lost the
I mean,
plot
that's the
after
last
that.
one, though. Like, if you follow them in order, it's like the most recent story development for the main series.
I don't know. I just I my brain got fried, so I kind of just
Yeah, I
gave
just
up.
like how dumb it is.
R-
I revel in that.
really, really quickly back to the topic of the Game Force. The only reason I would have gone, and I'm not going to probably, is because they don't have Sekiro.
Wow.
That's the only reason I wanted to go. I want to play that game, man.
It's just going to be another Dark Souls film.
It's so
What do you
different, though.
expect from it? It's just going to be you rolling around, standing
I
there.
want to just feel. I just want to see how it. Like, I want to feel how it plays. 'Cause I feel like it's gonna be a familiar play style, just like Dark Souls, but it's gonna be slightly different. It's gonna be slightly more fast paced, and that's what I want to feel. I want to feel the game. I'm still gonna buy it, even if it feels bad, because I don't know, the thematics in that game. I don't know. It's also learning curve. Maybe playing it once is like difficult because you have to get used to it. That's how Dark Souls 2 is. That game is pants shittingly difficult because of how weird it plays.
I don't know. They all
Anyway.
seem the same to me.
They're all slightly different, but people always tell me, like, oh, Dark Souls 1 is the most difficult, and that's the one that I had the least trouble with out of all the games. Dark Souls 2 being the hardest because it was my first one as well. And Dark Souls 3 was my favorite so far because it's really fast paced and fun. It's nice. It's a good game. Fun game. And then Ren absolutely hates those games.
I don't, they don't do much for me because there's no story involved.
There's lore. I don't know.
I can only describe it as Monster Hunter, but it's not as Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter is different in that sense, whereas I don't know.
It's. I think the reason I like it like very much is because it's very open. There's no real loading zones or whatever. There's just like it's a continuous world. With all these things in it, you're adventuring through it. It's the reason I also like King's Quest. I never actually played King's Quest or Space Quest, but I've seen playthroughs of it, multiple ones. They're really interesting because they're like an adventure. It's just you're exploring this world, and that's the same feeling I get from playing Dark Souls. You're just exploring.
I've never played Dark Souls, but that's not the feeling I get when I watch it. I feel like you're running from enemies until you're at a door, which you enter to go into an arena where you fight a single boss for like 10 hours.
Okay. There's those ones because you have the parts where you're like exploring, figuring out where to go, and like finding, I don't know, vendors or like secrets or whatever. And you have the parts where you get to a checkpoint, which has like a boss a little bit further away from the checkpoint. But in between the boss door and you are a bunch of enemies, which you can just skip if you want to, if you just ran past them. So that is a part of the game. If you keep dying on a boss, you're not going to keep killing all the enemies that come before it because you're going to lose health and health items or whatever. You just want to get to the boss so you can have like a clean fight.
I call that bad game design, but who am I?
I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's if you can skip them, why not? I usually just fight all the enemies the first time because you don't know that there's a boss fight up ahead.
Yeah,
so you don't want to risk walking through all these enemies who are later just gonna fuck you up after, like, once you get stuck somewhere.
Yeah.
That's probably the worst part. If you're like, I'm gonna rush this, and then you die, lose all your souls. Anyway, the game's interesting. There obviously, like all games, there are flaws with it. There's some BS things, especially in the PvP in that game. It sucks.
Yeah.
Russians, man.
Talk about toxic.
Yeah. There's a good video on animation on Dark Souls 2, which actually perfectly explains how that game
Could have seen
fit
it
together.
actually. Is it the one where somebody hides in the pot and stuff, or is it just a video?
Could be. It's called Happy Souls. It's called Happy Souls. It's very minor animation.
Yeah.
I mean, very minor. It's not like fully fledged animation. It's like it's decent animation, but it's not like, oh my god, it's a fully animated movie.
Fair enough.
It's pretty well done.
Do we still watch anime?
Dark Souls is an interesting game to me. I watch My Hero Academia. That's it.
Jake? Do
Yeah.
you watch anime?
Not really much anymore.
God, we've turned old. That was like the crux of our old like Skype group. The three of us. It's like the most underappreciated group chat, by the way.
I know. I do miss it. It was so good.
It was literally just enjoyed by us. Nobody like really knew about it anyway.
It was.
I know. It's just like our secret group.
Oh yeah.
With Yali Bear.
Yeah, true. That's a while back.
Jakey Poo. I don't actually remember if that was a thing.
Oh Christ, that was when I was like 15.
Yeah, Jake told me like I was 15 when he met me, and I was like, nah. I'm 23
Yeah, that's so weird
now,
to think.
almost.
Phil, I'm 20 now.
I'm 22, but I'm slowly turning 23.
How old are you?
I'm 20.
Jake's 20. How did that happen? Where did we go wrong?
Where did you go wrong?
I can't stay young.
I feel like it was only like 2 weeks ago that we were playing like Natural Magic, the Minecraft mod on my server.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
I remember. Oh Jesus Christ! I had a very bad memory about that playthrough. Was that I did the blood magic thing,
Yeah, you kept
and
dying.
it bound you. It bound you to an item or some
Yeah.
shit, and at some point I was just randomly taking damage because I had to feed that item. And I was just sitting there like, why am I taking damage? Why am I dying all
Was
the
it
time?
because I asked you for lava?
Eventually I looked it up. It's something, yeah, it has something to do with lava, I think. I
I
don't
used
remember.
lava for my flowers to get magic. And I think, like, I was using it so fast that you just kept dying. It's kind of funny.
It's weird, man.
Yeah, but then I got stuck in a realm and I had to close the server because it keeps on crashing.
Rip. That was a fun mod
Yeah,
pack, though.
true.
Dude, I think still one of the best mods in Minecraft ever is Tinkers.
Tinkers is really good,
Because
yeah.
because it's like so versatile, you can do a lot of shit with
It
it.
also adds a lot of grinding that isn't, like, annoying because it has, like, mechanics to make grinding easier, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard of it, but I play Thaumaturgy mod
Ah,
a
that
lot.
one's good. Is
Oh,
it
yeah.
Tomcraft or is it actually a different one?
Yeah, it was Stormcraft. That was it.
You played on the
Yeah.
server. You did a lot of good stuff with that.
Yeah, it's also one of those
Microphones
things
doing
where
the thing.
if you don't know what you're doing, your world's gonna get completely destroyed.
Fixed it.
Yeah, I love Thorncraft. I followed
Yeah.
the developer like religiously at the time.
It's very risk rewards, and that's what makes it a very good, balanced, fulfilling addition to Minecraft.
I like the
Yeah.
golems. They were fun.
Mm.
Oh, I love the golem. I just like the
That
idea
was
of like
fun.
they incorporated magic and then like mechanics into it, and I thought that was really
Yeah.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what Minecraft, to its core, lacks because it's literally just mining and crafting for the most part.
Yeah.
So when are we gonna get Bedrock Edition?
When are we going to get
When are we
Bedrock?
gonna buy
Is
that?
it really going to be a
When are we
thing?
gonna? I think isn't it already out?
Yeah, but
Let me look
it
it up.
is out. I remember getting a demo
Oh,
with
it's
the
right.
Microsoft 10.
probably it's probably only on Windows
I
10.
don't like the idea of that though. Like, why would you make a new version? I guess the normal version is just literally like mess made
Okay,
up,
no.
up on mess on mess. You could make them
Is Minecraft like dead now?
don't know.
debatable. There's only
Minecraft's
two
not
people
dead.
that play.
Definitely
There's the
not.
10-year-olds that are playing on the Minecraft servers that are big and still alive, and there's us who like
Mhm.
play occasionally on like private servers or like in our small community.
Don't forget about the
Mm.
redstone junkies.
I also remembered on Minecraft I used to go and play hide and seek a lot on servers. Like that was fun as hell.
I don't think that's a
Oh,
thing,
man.
Redstone Junkies, Phil.
Oh,
Or do you mean,
definitely,
like,
dude. Have you not seen the ridiculous fucking videos of people recreating a Skype
a
call
Skype call? They
using
made
Minecraft?
the full like Pokemon Red and Blue in Minecraft.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of shit they made in Minecraft just using pistons, and especially because like they added the slime block. That's like a huge block right now with the redstone shit,
Yeah.
because it like it allows you to, oh fuck, what was it? There's something about like it pushing things. It can push things and uh, pull them back from a range because they work like a sticky piston block, but with like extra range or something. I don't know. There's something about the slime blocks that was super useful to people who made a lot of redstone
They're
shit.
adding foxes to the game now.
That's cute.
I don't know. It's like, what does it add to the game but just foxes?
It's just
They just
Yeah,
add
there's-
random shit, I
just-
swear.
it's just extras. It's just like, oh, you can now have like 10 different pets. You can have a parrot. You can have a fox. You can have a
Yeah,
cat. You
but
can have a
that's just
dog,
going out there
whatever.
to collect something. Give me something more substantial.
I remember the times where even cats didn't
True.
exist.
Like, cats, do people even go for cats anymore? They're like very rare. It's easier to get a parrot these
Yeah,
days.
they're extremely rare. Parrots are pretty cool. I like the cockatiels. Is it cockatiel? I don't know. They're like the gray birds with the yellow heads and the red
Yeah.
cheeks.
I just want
They're
them to
cute.
add more dungeons and like actual things to do.
I want them to add more of a long-term crafting
Something
thing,
like a
because they have like diamond armor, but then with diamond armor you can put enchantments on it to make it stronger. It's like it's stupid. I want to craft something, not enchant something.
Yeah, they should make something that's like a legendary weapon kind of deal, where it's like it takes like
Yeah.
actual like stacks upon stacks of iron or something, like something that you can work towards.
Like some real end game shit. Yeah.
Or like craft like diamond and iron together or something
into like
Mhm.
to make like a new metal.
yeah, like
Yeah,
consumes
yeah.
2 things into like one new one.
Especially with the Bedrock edition, they added like a bunch of chemistry shit. They could do
Yeah,
something
what
with
did they
that.
do with Minecraft? They have like balloons and like crazy stuff in there. I don't know how that's going to translate into the mainstream version. It's going to be
Mhm.
really confusing for like us. Could be exciting, but it's past our prime. Really.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just Minecraft is that game. I still think this. It's weird to say because like it's totally a different genre from any game ever. Basically, Minecraft is still one of my favorite games ever, just because it's so you can do
You can
anything
spend
in
a lot of time in it.
it.
Defo.
And there's people, especially since the command block came out. There's people who just program shit in Minecraft and make new things. There's somebody who recreates Overwatch heroes using just nothing but the coding blocks. And all you have to do is start a Minecraft world, put down a coding block, paste in one piece of code, and click it. And then you can just be Doomfist or Genji.
It's so weird that that's the thing in Minecraft. It's like a thing that I totally don't mess with much. Yeah, it's part of
Mhm.
this game. Why are other games not like that? It's like I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's also because like Minecraft is a huge sandbox game. Gmod is as well, and you can do a lot of crazy shit in Gmod as well. The difference I think lies in the fact that Minecraft is just more simple.
Yeah, I was going to say, is it more
It's very
accessible?
it's got a very it's got a very accessible
Because what
structure.
does it take to make a Gmod
just-
like item or mod? Is it like a workshop tool, or is it like an actual
I
programming thing?
don't I think you have to download the source engine. Like for instance, you have Unity engine and what's it called again? UE, Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine, you have to just download Unity as well. I think Source, you can do the same
What does
thing. You
Skyrim
can like,
have?
program
Is
things.
it DevKit? No,
Skyrim has. It's
Bethesda. They have like a
Bethesda.
specifically released item that's like a workshop. I don't know what it is called.
I don't know, but I do know that Fallout and Skyrim run on the same engine,
Yeah,
like the exact same one,
yeah.
because they handle doors the same way. Like if you click on a door, the door opens slightly, and you just get transported to a new area. It loads the same way, like
I
everything's the same.
mean, you could just recreate that though. I mean, you're right.
Yes,
I
but
assume
why
it
would
is
you?
the
Why would
same.
you not make a newer system that works better?
I don't
Especially
know.
now with like all these open world games. Why
'Cause
can
it's
you not?
Bethesda. The game's already broken enough. I don't want them to do anything that makes them more broken.
No, but like in Skyrim, it's understandable because you live in that age of like not everything is possible. You have this giant open world, but you can't just open the door to an inn and expect everything to be there loaded in.
Yeah, loaded
Um, loaded in. Okay. Anyway, Fallout came way past that. I think Fallout 4 came
Yeah.
like, way past that game,
True.
and I feel like they could have just done something where they could eliminate those loading zones
They do
completely.
have for a lot of things though.
Yeah,
I
that's
just-
true. They do make
but
it giant
the
overworld.
problem with that is though, there's a lot of things that
I feel
are
like
tracked in that giant overworld too.
Elder Scrolls 6. Holy shit. My internet just dropped completely.
Oh, okay. Are you fine?
It's fine. It's fine
What I
now.
was saying is that there's a lot that is being tracked in that overworld too. So I think by having
Mhm.
those
Yeah.
areas closed where like cutscenes and stuff happen, dialogue with like NPCs, it's like a safeguard because I feel like a lot can go wrong if everything is open and accessible.
Mhm. That's true.
But yeah, Skyrim 6 or whatever,
It's-
Elder Scrolls.
Yeah. Elder Scrolls 6, I think, is gonna actually have like a completely new engine, but I don't know.
It's going to be
I
great.
just feel like it's been enough time. It's been enough time for them to have actually made something new from scratch, rather than just building on top of something that already
I
existed.
wonder what is the next step for Bethesda games. Is it going to be the crafting or the online? I don't know. Because they're doing this
I
Fallout
hope
thing.
Elder
Right?
Scrolls 6 isn't. I really hope Elder Scrolls 6 isn't like Fallout 76. I hope it's not going to be. Then again,
They already have Elder
Skyrim
Scrolls
could be
Online.
or like not Skyrim. Yeah, but like I feel like it could be interesting to have like a co-op. But then again, it's
I would die for that.
I don't want it to be dependent on that.
Yeah, I feel like it wouldn't be hard though if they could make it work. It depends on the quests. Most of the quests are like very like personal, right? Like it's hard to make a cutscene work for 2 Dovahkiins, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I was about to say like you can't have 2 Dragonborns just shouting at
But
dragons.
that would be fun.
You
Though.
are the Dovahkiins.
I wonder if that mod is
multiple.
like working. They have a multiplayer mod. I know that much. I don't know if it's
Well,
functional though.
Interesting.
But man, it would be so much fun
That's
to level
interesting.
up and just like have a house together. I don't know. Just like those kind of like stupid things. That's what's fun about Minecraft. You can make like a village with your friends. You know, it feels like a community. It's not like you're just alone.
Especially with that added bonus of like faction mods where there's some rivalry between you and other factions. Could be interesting. Griefing everybody's houses and blowing up their chests using TNT cannons. Ah, good times, man.
We never really did that, did we?
The fucking the what's it called? The Airbender
Oh
server.
yeah, true. That was with
The
Santa.
Avatar server. I remember because you can make like what was it called? You can make boundaries or whatever of like the area, the
Claims.
plot you own. Claims, sure. And there were some claims that were just the size of a house. You can still build outside that house, and you can build a TNT cannon outside the house and just blow up the
I wonder if
house.
the server's still up. I'm going to look after this.
Yeah,
BenTheMania.com,
that was
I
just
think.
yeah, Mania. That was it. And it was just like it felt interesting blowing up other people's
This
houses
felt interesting.
and chests.
Because you know you're
I don't
ruining part of
remember
their
exactly.
childhood, that's why.
Well, I mean, it's also because they were being assholes. I remember that
True.
much, and so I didn't really feel bad
But I
about
feel
it.
like that's a lot of things, though. If we would just accept each other, you know? Deep inside, we could be better.
And not ban factions.
Ban factions.
Just have
Peaceful survival.
one single faction. Peaceful survival. One single faction.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like
it's called humanity.
if you put people together, there will always be strife and conflict. That's just part of life.
Mm-hmm.
And no game is going to change that anytime soon.
Yeah. It's also like people are naturally competitive with each other, which is why I'm 100% sure that, and I don't want to get too deep on this, peace, like world peace, will never exist because people are competitive with each other, and there's always going to be multiple opinions on things. There's not going to be one single opinion at some point. There's always somebody who's going to be like, hey, I'd rather have this than this, and I know that's completely against your opinion, but in my eyes, that's way more interesting and fun. And it's like, yeah, it's like cats versus dogs. That's like the most heated argument on the internet since it came to be.
Is it though?
Which is weird because cats and dogs are, in my opinion, both fantastic.
Wow. For all of you,
Why do they have to be mutually
for all
exclusive?
of you cats and dogs out there.
Yeah. And there's other opinions as well. There's enough. People get triggered, right and left. Who gives a shit?
Everybody apparently.
Apparently. It's interesting. Especially when my parents watch the news. I'm just sitting there like, there's like there was this right wing guy talking on TV, and my parents were both sitting there like looking at them in disgust. I'm just sitting there like, why do you feel so bothered by this person speaking his own opinion? like, yeah, people are gonna vote for him because he's not the only one that has their opinion. Why do you feel so bad that you don't have that opinion? Why do you have to be? Why you have to be mad?
Yeah.
Yeah, weird. Oh well. That said, fucking, how the hell did Donald Trump ever become president?
Do we really want to get into that? That's like a discussion from 2 years ago.
No, it's just fucking weird, man. It's funny.
I don't think he's doing a bad job per se, though, which is a weird
He's
thing.
not doing a bad job. It's just that whenever he did something bad, he just got a lot of shit
I
for
find
it.
it weird how he can get away with all that as well. Like, you just gotta
Yeah, I
be like
guess.
one of those world leaders and have to sit next to Donald Trump and take
Mhm.
everything serious.
I mean, he's a very stubborn guy, which is why I think he's a bad president.
He's good for his people.
But yeah, he does give a lot of shit about the things he said already. But like, for instance, like he denied the what was it like the what's it called? It's the environment fucking the it's like a treaty.
Yeah.
A sign he had to sign like a thing that said like they were going to participate in
Jake, are you
being
okay?
better for the environment.
Jake?
Jake's probably sleeping.
Jake?
Jake's sleeping. I think
Oh.
he's sleeping.
Let's move him.
That's
There
fine.
we go.
Now he wakes up.
I will message him, but it's like I can't just leave him sleeping in the call.
I understand because this conversation isn't at all interesting.
It's
I just wanted to say
man,
that it's
this
just
is bad news for the podcast. How am I going to sell this episode now?
just cut out this part. Cut everything out about Donald
I
Trump.
can't.
Leave out his
No,
name.
I can't, Phil. I can't. That costs work. Gotta keep it in. It's somewhere there's fun, right?
Look, man, just sometimes you gotta edit out things that were never meant to
Look,
be.
Jake was really excited at the start. Let's just pretend like he had to go urgently.
Yeah, I do agree though. I'm having trouble keeping my eyes open.
Isn't
Mainly because I've been flying around Lion's Arch using my Griffin and the dives. It's so fun. It's too fun.
but you're still going to fall asleep. So maybe
No, I'm not
maybe
gonna.
this is a battle
I
royale, and I'm
don't.
going to be the last one standing.
That's the weird thing. I don't fall asleep unless I actually want to.
Wow,
And when I want to, I can't fall asleep.
bold statement.
Until I pass out.
Fair enough.
It's so bad sometimes.
I'm just still trying to wrap my head around Jake actually falling asleep on a podcast.
That's
Like,
great.
I was like,
Jake's
this is all stuff that Jake cannot contribute to, and I feel kind of bad. But then I heard him like
Mhm.
sigh, and I was like, huh, that's weird. And then he kept like sighing, like he was breathing. I was like, is that Phil
Yeah.
like picking up on his microphone, or is he? No, it can't be. And you were like talking, and I was like, is this the? But where do I? What do I do? Do I just like move him now, or do I first ask?
Jake, are you fine?
Oh man, maybe 2 hours is too long, huh? How about that?
Yeah, I don't know how long it's
It's
been.
been 1 hour and a half. We're going to cap off soon, so that's all.
Good.
Just wanted to get out there. Is there anything we should still talk about?
I don't know. I have 2,150 gold in Guild
What
Wars.
is the plan with the goal?
Make Astralaria because it looks
Okay,
fucking
yeah.
dope, and I
But
want
what
to
does that include?
actually own a legendary.
Like, what do you need that amount of money, or is it just going to be a part of it?
Oh no, it's just that's part of it. I think I need like 700 gold for Astralaria to finish it, which is a lot, but it's gonna be worth it. And I think there was some other shit I want to do with this. There was like the armor set that I wanted to finish, which was also
Well, feel
extremely
free to
expensive.
always like repay your debt to me, you know.
Yeah, true. Do you want
No.
any T6?
Oh well, I mean, once you're done with it and you think you don't need them anytime soon, then again you will need them sometime soon.
I sold all my T6 earlier because
Oh,
I had to
I know that.
get all. Yeah, I got to get my money to be able to list bolts onto the
There should be a
TP.
name for that. Let's call it like the liquid runnings.
Yeah.
I have that too, where when I want to get something in a game, and I can't sell anything that is like valuable, but I don't feel like I need right now, I will just like sell it straight away, like everything.
I'll send you a screenshot of my materials. It's not pretty.
Definitely.
It's just all of it is gone. There's some things I kept, but it's not a lot. That's basically it. All the rest is like standard.
Oh yeah, that's pretty bare. I always regret it when I make like the next thing though. But my mantra is go big or go home, so
It's true.
gotta go big to go home quicker.
Oh right, I wanted to spend some of that money. I don't know how expensive it's gonna be, but Ad Infinitum is gonna be funded by this as
Oh
well,
yeah.
which is the legendary backpack for people who don't know. Play Guild Wars. It's a
Yeah,
fun
it's
game.
free to play too, but I feel like free to play is
Yeah.
a big trap in Guild Wars 2.
I feel like you actually need to have somebody kind of guiding you through the first like couple hours maybe of playing the game. Maybe like the first hour. You need somebody to like teach you the ropes because I feel like lots of people will drop off after like the first
I
hour
feel like it's not
playing this
even the
game. Just
teaching. I
because
feel like the part that's free to play is the worst part of Guild Wars 2.
I guess yeah.
The good parts are the DLCs.
Like the expansions are
yeah,
the expansions and the living worlds are fucking
they're
amazing.
way better than the vanilla story.
Yeah. Not just the stories, just like the worlds, the areas. The areas in vanilla are very maybe not flat generally, but they're similar.
Mundane.
Like the hard quests are very similar to each other, very mundane. Yeah.
It takes a
While-
long time to get through an area too. If you want to 100% an area, it takes
Yeah.
like it would contribute like a good 2 hours to it with friends.
Mhm.
Alone, I could do it in like an hour, like 30 minutes, depending on the area.
I also like how they brought back Renown Hearts in Path of Fire, but they didn't put like 20 of them on a single
Yeah,
map.
it helps a lot too.
They're just like a couple.
Well, that's because
You can also repeat
yeah,
them.
that's why there's only so few now.
Yeah, and that's good. I like
It's
that.
only good if you don't have
There's
to do
also
them
more
daily.
rewards
I have to
from
do
them.
them daily for a collection, and it gets really
shit.
boring after the 5th time you're doing that hard.
Yeah. I can
You
imagine.
get better at it though.
I did like for instance there was the new Living World story. There are a couple of Renown Hearts there that actually daily you can get shards from like the Mistonian ore or whatever the fuck
Oh,
it's
yeah.
called, and you need that to get the armor sets.
Yeah.
And you only get like 15 per day from those quests, and then like another maybe 15 from doing events around the
and
map.
mining?
And you can mine them, but it's like a 1 in 3 drop chance from each time you hit
Yeah,
the ore.
I've been doing the
So
same
it's
with
not
it on the
amazingly
currency.
good. And you can't buy it anywhere, so like you have to farm it. And the only good way to farm it is if you get multiple characters to do this. And after a while, it just gets really boring. So I'm only doing one armor set, the heavy one.
Yeah, I don't even know if I want to go for any. Probably later on.
I'm not gonna get the
I
helmet.
need to get the legendary ring, the legendary armor, and
Mhm.
another thing that I forgot that I was also going for. Oh yeah, the scepter I want to try and get, but it's also expensive.
True. I think the set that I was going for, I wanted to only get the shoulders, but you have to get one at a time, and they start with the boots, then go to the
Oh,
pants,
really?
then the gloves, and after the gloves, they get the shoulder pads, and the gloves require 10 runes or sigils that require 150 gold to get in total, and that's 10 runes. And then the next tier, you have to get those runes again. Only you have to get 5 of them. So you need 15 of those runes or sigils. I think they're actually sigils. To get those shoulder pieces. Like, I need to get 15 of those sigils, which is a lot of money. Which I do have now, but it's like, is that worth it for this
No,
armor
I think
set?
you should wait. As with anything.
I probably should wait until the price of that thing drops by a couple gold. It's still going to be expensive in like a couple months, but it's probably not going to be 15 gold per sigil.
True.
It's going to be fun. I hope it's going to be fun. Because I really want those shoulders. They look really cool and glowy.
If you want to know how the story ends, you should watch the next part, which is definitely not going to build up on this story.
I mean, I'm a pretty big fashionista in Guild
I mean,
Wars.
that's literally part of the
I
game.
do like collecting
Let's be
skins.
honest.
Yeah, it's the end game in most MMOs is like different for everybody. Some people the end game is raids. Some people the end game is like collecting skins. Which honestly, I think collecting skins, it's like the Ubermensch, because you have to do pretty much everything. Raids can have really cool skins, and PvP can have cool skins, but PvE can also have cool skins, and you have to like kind of do everything, which is fucking great. And I would like to get into raids, but I'm
I
scared.
like dipping into everything a little bit. I
Yeah.
have the PvP legendary back piece. I would not call myself a PvPer. I have played a lot of it though, but it was fun.
True that. I've played a lot of PvP as well, and I wanted to get the backpack, but I never actually went for it.
Yeah, I mean, you can still go for it, I guess. I don't know.
True that.
It's probably easier now than it ever was.
Well, also the thing is, like, I realized that Ad Infinitum was more akin to the content that I like to play, which is PvE.
Yeah.
Not only that, is that Ad Infinitum fits more with the rest of my character that I'm working on right now, like the blue theme.
Oh, Jake messaged me back. He says I'm gonna go now.
Alright. Well, that's a wrap up on the podcast,
Yeah.
maybe? Because Jake has responded, and we all know he's
It's the
fine.
end of the storyline.
Doing well.
He says it was fun. Thanks again. Gonna say
Sweet.
it was great. But did you really fall asleep? Just want to really know, like, I like how he's not even, like, acknowledging it.
It's pretty funny, though.
I like how I can't type. Sometimes, like I said, did you, and I wrote didn't.
Yes. Man. I'm decent at typing. Probably typing is the best way for me to communicate, because I can go back and change what I've typed easily.
Yeah, but
If I write on a piece of paper, that's not
yeah.
possible. You have to like scratch it
You
out.
have to get, like, something
Also,
else going.
My worst form of communication is
Talking.
probably talking. Because, holy shit, I stutter, I forget words. As you fucking heard from this podcast, sometimes I'm just sitting like this. I'm there we go. That's the end of the conversation. You know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I'm bad at talking.
It's also because what we do is we talk a lot of two different languages. And I feel like that
that's
kind of
true.
works
That's true.
against each other as well. At least I feel like
I do have to say, I think my English is still better than my Dutch at most cases. And I'm not talking about spelling, because my spelling is actually getting better, like on paper. But when I'm talking Dutch, I'm probably even worse than when I'm talking English. Because I often find myself trying to translate an English word to Dutch, and I can't find the translation, so I have to look it up or ask somebody. Or just say the English word, which is really weird. At least I'm in game design, where everybody kind of knows what I'm talking about when I'm saying English words to describe game-like mechanics.
That's like a generational
Like everybody
thing,
knows
I feel
what.
like, too. In a few
Yeah.
years, you won't notice the difference. We will all be speaking like pseudo-English. At the very least, if not full English.
It's also weird because for our game concept course, we need to actually do everything in Dutch and try and translate the word damage to Dutch. It doesn't work. You cannot do it. It sounds disgusting. It sounds bad. It sounds like it just doesn't
It
work.
does sound weird.
And we have to do it. So what I do is in my rule book, I use damage, but I then also describe what damage means,
So
just in case anybody was like confused about using English
Let's
words.
see how. Yeah, I guess. And again, who is going to read that isn't like into the game course though?
Yeah, I mean, I have to make it for my teachers who
Oh.
are obviously also game
Yeah,
designers.
so I hope they would know. Hey, that's right. You
Yeah.
wanted me to check out that one game. I forgot about that. Totally. Sketchy it was, right?
The what? Sketchy.
No, it wasn't sketchy.
What?
The Scarecrow game or something.
Oh yes, Stitchy.
Stitchy.
It's one of my teachers. He's like he's not the CEO of the company, but he works there.
Yeah.
He worked on the game. That's the guy who teaches us 3D.
Wow. You know what else is 3D?
He's a funny teacher. Anime titties.
No, but definitely not this podcast,
That was a lie.
which is ending right now.
Oh man, I'm glad I got anime titties at the end there.
Shut up. I didn't actually close it yet, so that's going to be in it.
Sweet.
Well,
Bye.
If you want to see more, there's not anything yet, so you have to wait.
Follow me on Twitter, Philmorth.
Yeah, true.
It's easy.
You actually don't post too many hentai things. I'm surprised.
I don't like or post them. I just look at them.
Yeah.
Right? Don't look at my following
Yeah,
list.
that's not for your eyes.
If you're under the age of 18 or 16, depending on the country you live in.
All of the precious eyes stay
Or 14
glued to the
if you live in
channel and
Japan.
not Phil's Twitter.
Yeah.
Actually, just close
Good
your
idea.
eyes and follow him like blind. That's all you have to do.
Yep. Also, Caking, if you're listening to this, you're a good pal.
Also, Dino, you too.
Yeah, Dino too. Dino's the maid guy.
What
Anyway,
was it
this
supposed to mean?
podcast was ending.
He's the maid guy. You can't just drop that on him at the very end. He's a person too, you know? You can't just call him a maid
Yeah.
guy.
A maid guy.
It's like a milkmaid, but he's a guy.
I love all the pals. I love the Y'all Pals, and I love the Y'all Pal podcast.
The cost ball.
Can we end this?
Yeah, we can.
This is gone
But
long
I feel
enough.
like the longer
Yeah.
I just keep on talking, the more you'll fill it with gold, so...
No. Follow me on Twitter.
Oh,
That's
you already
it.
said that!
My YouTube's
You
dead.
can't double plug yourself.
My YouTube's dead. Can I triple plug myself?
No. That sounds very,
Okay.
like, bad.
Okay, let's
I feel
not
like
get into that.
you'd die if you triple plug your holes.
Oh boy. I bet somebody's tried it. Anyway,
Anyway.
well, that was interesting.
We're still going?
I don't know. I'm waiting for you to say I pressed the stop button. I've never been in a Palcast before, man.
No, not many people have. And only one has fallen asleep
Yeah.
so far, so we're keeping count.
Yeah,
Okay, I think we're going to sleep too now. Good night,
that's
everyone.
a good idea.
Stay safe.
Bye. Jake says bye as well,
Yeah,
probably.
Jake says bye. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Good night, pals.
Sleep tight. Good night.
Don't let the bed bugs
Bite
bite.
makes me right.
I cannot run the centaur.